back to another Dr. Squatch review. Now, before I start this deodorant review, if you watched my previous video on the Cowabunga Cleanse, I did forget to mention one thing, and that is I also have a sample bar of, apparently, this is considered like a reject version of Wood Barrel Bourbon. So it's basically supposed to be Wood Barrel Bourbon with a banana scent added to it. Now, if you remember, Dr. Squatch does have, it has been out for a while, but they do have Crypto Cleanse, which had a banana scent to it. So it sounds like they took the banana from that and added it to Wood Barrel Bourbon. I can tell you, this does kind of look and feel like a Wood Barrel Bourbon bar from Dr. Squatch. But does it actually smell like it? We'll see. Now, this bar, as far as I know, never was even given a name or a box or anything like that. And obviously, it was never released. I can kind of see why. It definitely smells like a Wood Barrel Bourbon bar. The banana scent isn't very strong. It's a very sweet banana scent, kind of like a banana bread scent. It doesn't smell gross, but I feel like the sweet banana dessert scent really clashes with the bourbon scent, because the bourbon scent in Wood Barrel Bourbon is definitely more of like a strong cologne scent than anything, I think. And that strong cologne scent and that dessert scent, I think they do clash together quite a bit. So in theory, it does sound like a good idea, but I do see why they never released this bar. I think it was probably for the best, but very interesting. So now let's get into our review. And by the way, I would be interested to see what other, I'll have to keep an eye on it more than I have, but I would be interested to see what other rejects they've had that I'm not aware of, because I'm sure that's not the only one. But in the meantime, let's get into this deodorant review. So this is Freedom Fresh deodorant review, and let's talk about a few things here. One, as far as in-store goes, I'm not sure about online, but I'm assuming it's the same. But as far as in-store goes, Dr. Squatch has changed its deodorant from being your typical, I don't have any on me, but you know, like the cylinder shape, from that kind of deodorant to your typical standard deodorant bar, like, you know, it's the flatter kind. So I don't really care either way, actually. I kind of like this version better, but just an observation. Also, I have done reviews on Freedom Fresh before, and for me, it's a very middle of the tier bar, because as much as the scent is okay, it's like one of the weakest bars in the history of Dr. Squatch. So for some reason, they've never like reformulated it to make it stronger. So that I've seen, every bar I've tried from every year has smelled very, very weak. So unfortunately, I like the scent, but you can almost not smell it at all. The packaging is really cool though. So let's get a zoom up of that. They've kind of reformulated the packaging each year, and it does look really cool. So there is that aspect of it. Now, I have tried the Freedom Fresh hair care kit that came out a couple years ago, and I actually liked it quite a bit. So I want to try the deodorant and see how it was. Now, as I do with all deodorant reviews, I do, try it out and test it out before actually making the video. So let's go over a few things here. Should we go over ingredients first? Let's go over ingredients first, actually. So for ingredients, we have, I'm not going to read them all, but we have beeswax, we have jojoba oil, naturally derived fragrance, charcoal powder, sunflower seed oil, shea butter, coconut oil. Your main absorbent here is going to be the arrowroot powder, and that's the important stuff. So now, I dropped it. So now we can pop it open and really take a look at it. But I can tell you one thing's for sure, and we'll talk about the scent a little bit, but one thing is for sure. The scent on this thing is much stronger than the soap, which makes me question, why can't they make the soap smell like the deodorant and the hair care kit? So let's take a whiff of this. It has a very fresh scent. Freedom Fresh does remind me a little bit of Fresh Falls, but instead of having that fresh water scent, it goes more of a sweeter direction with that slight strawberry scent and almost like an herbal tea scent, but not in a bitter way, only in a fresh way. And I think it smells really great, and I did test this out, and it worked really well. It actually absorbs scent and odor pretty well. It lasted quite a while. The only downside of it is it was very hot and humid. It was about 85, but humidity was through the roof, and I was playing some basketball, and it did run quite a bit. It didn't stain, which is great. It did not stain, but it was like extremely wet and runny, and that does kind of happen with natural deodorants a lot of times, but that was the one downside to this. But overall, I do like the scent quite a bit. A lot more than the bar. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.